AI writes code that compiles, works sometimes, but when I look at it, I know something isn't right. This is so fucking ugly. So I ask myself a question, does it have to be this way? Why can't I just teach AI how to write code? So I spent the last 3 days trying to reverse engineer 7 years of my programming experience into simple rules AI can follow. And at the end of the video, we'll compare my trained model to a generic one to see whether it even makes any difference.
So much worse.
So I've started with just asking AI to generate some code. I hit enter and just stared at the screen with disgust for like 30 seconds. The code was so unreadable, I didn't even know it was possible. I started with the basics, literally wrote functions by hand. And while I was doing that, I thought out loud, what makes the code good? What do I focus on? And that's when I discovered first problem. AI just writes too much code, logic for cases that never happen, too complex functions, and just ugly abstraction. So I created initial rules, then I hit enter, and the code still sucked. And I thought, damn, this will be hard, but I do enjoy challenges. So then I thought, maybe it's a model thing. So let me try the quote, best one, Fable 5. And the exact same problems happened, but it was better than Composer. One of my rules said, don't write code that isn't in a specification. AI obeyed it perfectly, which is also wrong. It's not what I do. If specifications are vague, I ask questions. So I changed the rules a little bit, finally saw a light at the end of the tunnel. AI has started asking me questions before coding. Feels like it's becoming an actual programmer, but we still got a long way to go. AI still didn't care about wrong inputs being passed. Like here, what if an income tax is negative? What if it's over 1? And I ask myself, what would I do here? When writing code, I always think, how can my code be broken? So I told AI to always think of edge cases. Finally, after hours of iterating on rules, AI did a decent job. So I tested it on more complex logic, an SQL parser, and I was finally impressed.
It's actually not really clear.
Composer did an okay job here as well. So I gave the same task with the same rules to Fable, and I thought it will knock it out of the park, because every time I click generate, my heart sunk. 5 requests has eaten 15% of my budget so far. Model this expensive has to be good, I thought, and I stared at the output, and honestly, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, fuck, this is so fucking ugly, like it's crazy.
The code looks so much worse, and I completely didn't understand why. So I wanted to check, maybe it's a one-time thing only. Now, a different project, a cron engine, and the same thing happened. Composer won once again with Fable. I honestly still can't believe it, but both models still struggled with simplicity. They generated okay code, but when I wrote make it simpler, it did. So the ability was there. So I tried adding various rules, critique yourself, write as simple functions as possible, and nothing worked. Now, it didn't generate the exact code I wanted, but you know what? Sometimes we just need to let good enough slide. AI has still made insane progress. So now for a test I've been waiting for. I gave an empty prompt to Composer without any rules. Clicked send with my heart beating a little bit faster. Yeah, like it's so
much worse.
And I felt giant oof. Then I ran generic Fable, hoping I won't bankrupt, of course. So I got twice the stress and the relief came. The output once again sucked, but it was better than Composer. So then I compared 2 models, but with rules this time. Once again, Composer has won that battle. Not only is cheaper, it's like 20 times fast. And Composer makes the code mode readable, but does it with more lines of code. And honestly, I prefer it that way. So there is no such thing as objectively good code. Everyone has their own taste. But this video wasn't really about making AI write amazing code. It was about getting more out of the AI. Before we tried getting the best out of our code editors, frameworks, and libraries. Now we do the same with AI. The tools have changed. I had the direct influence over the model's quality. I've made the cheap one better by improving the context. And for years I was saying AI is bad at code, but I should be saying I don't know how to make AI write good code. Do you see the difference? Because I got so much more control than I could ever imagine. And I realized as programmers, we developed this taste of what good and bad code feels like. And while I was doing this experiment, I struggled with explaining it because it isn't only one thing, it's many. And AI doesn't know what good code means, so I had to tell it. But these aren't magic skills, they are 100% teachable. You just need to ask yourself, what do I know that the AI doesn't? And I'm attaching the rules I came up with in the description below. I encourage you to play with them and adjust them to your level of quote good enough. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.